Fix it or ignore it is the question of the day. We're going to be talking about death, taxes, and Social Security. 3 exciting topics, really? Well, you may be saying, come on, Art, really? We're going to be talking about those? None of those sound that great. Maybe Social Security, because at least I'm getting some of my money back, right? But let's first start with death and taxes. Many years ago, in the Constitution, Benjamin Franklin had this quote in there that basically summarized said, is nothing is certain in life except death and taxes, right? So there was no Social Security comment in that quote, was there? But I want to talk about this as a kind of a grouping of 3 when we look at these together. As we're nearing retirement and we talk about planning for this, and eventually our day will all come where we're all going to pass away. We're paying taxes along the way, and we have these Social Security questions that are looming out there. We're going to have a couple choices, right? We can either fix it or we can ignore it. So I want to paint a little picture for you here. So let's assume there's a couple. They're both married. They have the same birth date for this illustration, and they just turned 62 and they're retired, and they're going to start drawing Social Security. This is a hypothetical situation, but I want to give you an idea of kind of how this could work. So they're going to live for 30 years. They're going to live exactly 30 years. Boy, sometimes planning would be really easy if we knew that, right? How long we were going to live. So they're going to live from 62 to 92, and they're going to start collecting Social Security at age 62. Let's assume they're each going to get $2,000 a month from Social Security. So that's $48,000 a year annually of Social Security they're going to get for 30 years. So at the end of that 30 years, between the two of them, they would have collected $1,440,000. So this is also, for this illustration, I'm figuring in no COLA adjustments. Traditionally, there's obviously a little bit of a roll-up based on inflation. So that annualized number is going to be much larger because in theory, you would inflate this over time. But I want to just, the idea is there. So my question to you is that a big number? $1,440,000. If you had that money right now in your hand, most people would say, yeah, that's a lot of money. I need to do something with that. I need to plan for that. I need to worry about how I'm going to invest this money. I need to worry about taxes, all this sort of stuff, right? But when we just are getting $2,000 a month, or in this case, $4,000 for this family over time, all of a sudden we don't think about that oftentimes anymore. We have this big asset out there. Folks, this is vitally important that we plan for this. We fix this now versus ignoring this massive change over time. So a couple things to consider. 1, what if this same couple in the exact same situation said, you know what, we're going to draw from a different source to start with at 62, and we're going to wait till 70. We're both going to do that. Again, hypothetical, I just said, as opposed to getting $2,000 a month, what if they got $3,500 a month? So, you're getting that number, you're growing up. It darn near doubles in values from the point of 62 to 70 for most people. So in this case, again, instead of getting $48,000 annually, they're going to be getting $84,000. That's a big difference, right? But they're going to be getting it for less time because they've delayed it 8 years from 62 to 70. But they're still going to live just 30. So we're only going to collect for 22 years versus 30 now. But that total cumulative amount is $1,848,000. So they're getting about a $400,000 bump up in their cumulative benefit. Again, they had to wait longer to get it. There's lots of questions about that. But again, just looking at it, again, I ask you, is that a lot of money? $1,848,000. For most people, they say, yeah. If I had that today, I'd do this, and this, and I'd look at this investment and that investment, I could pull this much income off of it. Again, my point of this, and the takeaway of this I hope that you have today, is Social Security is a massive asset overall that typically tends to be a huge part of people's retirement. Again, there's questions surrounding Social Security, how long it's going to be here. I'm not here to debate that today. I'm not even here to debate whether we should be taking it early or delaying it. That everybody's individual circumstances are going to determine that in their overall plan based on other assets and stuff like that. Also, how you take Social Security and when you take it with your other assets will determine the taxability of that. So all of these things, if you're not having a very in-depth conversation about when you're taking your Social Security, you're just flat ignoring it. And if that's okay to you, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I painted this picture for you and you can see the total assets and how large those are over somebody's life. It is vital that you have that built into your plan.